Hey, what's up? Glad you can make it. Got a shop video for you. Shop video, trailer video. Usually, if I'm in the trailer during the week, it is just on tires. This is my tire warehouse. We get the carts out, get them cleaned up. We take them inside the shop, and that's kind of where I do my detail work there. But as you can tell, trailers are still in wreck. The Kimball, long weekend. Nice to have a couple days off, but we're gonna get started. 2 weeks away from our next race, we got the Garland Memorial. I think it's the 12th or 13th annual up there at Callahan. We found some speed at Callahan, so I'm going to kind of take you through a little deeper dive into the notebook. We're going to look at the notebooks. We're going to look at what we had last time. We're going to look at the stagger. We're going to look at what set of tires I would like to remove off the rims. I've been building up the arsenal, but 9 three-legged dog sets and plenty of front lefts. So it's time to retire at least one Vega set. So we'll go into it with 4 or 5 Maxxis. We got a nice package up here from Maxxis. Just a little 3-legged dog set. They're still 150 bucks. So I would highly suggest that. It's cool if you go to the Gold Speed. They're not sponsored by any means, but if you just go to their website, order directly. All numbers are matching, years, so on and so forth. I don't know that much about tires, but we'll learn together. I'm gonna get this thing unpacked. Let's get started. Show you what we're looking for. Thanks for watching. Hit the like, subscribe. This is a different style video. It's easier for me to edit track videos. We're at the track. It's a pretty seamless day. I just check in with you guys. These shop videos got to be a little more methodical, a little more thought out, and definitely takes twice as long, believe it or not, to edit. So a lot of people are asking. I'm here to share some knowledge. Yeah, let's get this stuff cleaned up so we can at least get started on tires. Alright, so where do we want to start? Number one question. Show you guys some of these Vegas. So we were running Vegas. In the video I mentioned we were eating them up pretty good. I mean, when I say that, I didn't mean we're killing them, but here's a couple of looks at a couple sets. You can see the edge here worked pretty well. Same thing here. These are definitely some afters. Those were not used. We're not going to clean those up right now, but we'll get those on our tire machine and we'll get those rolling. Feeling pretty good about where we're at on our set of rims. I am working with, I don't know if I said it or not, 8 or 9 sets, but with having a new set of Maxxis, we're gonna retire our oldest set of Vegas, or our worst set, and DB those, and we'll get those other ones lined up, and then we'll see where we're at. Going back to my notes, so this may look like chicken scratch, and it probably is to most of you guys, but when I get to the track, I take an inventory of all my tires. I try my best to go after a certain stagger, or aim for a stagger, and what we're doing here now. And just I write down. So it looks crazy, but we've basically got tire sizes, what they were, so on and so forth. I am looking for this one. Looks like chicken scratch, but it tells me that 1 roll, 2 roll. These were a 2-week-old tire. We had an older tire. Tells me what we were on. I don't know if you guys can see that, so I'm going to blur that out a little bit, I guess, on the gearing situation, but it tells me what I need to know to get set up for the next time we go out there. We were basically 1.25" stagger, and that's what we're going to aim for. Duro, we were between a 52 and a 58, so we're going to keep that same trend going. Might find something. With the Maxxis, this is the Vega chart that I made, so we're going to be in that same ballpark. We got 2 weeks to get it right. We'll have a 2-week roll. Obviously, I've got the notes on these other rolls. Basically, all my Maxxis minus 1 or 2 pair. I mean, everything's from the World 100 and on. I've got a fresh set for every Velocita series that we've raced. 2 in the beginning, 1 in the middle, and I just got another one here for this next one. So I keep adding a set every 2-3 weeks, and flipping and treating my tires as we go. So without further ado, let's get these tires mounted up. I got no secrets when it comes to this. These are my markings. These were originally rolled 5/24/60. This is the beginning of my tire career. They set off the rim for a little while. We re-rolled them right before this last race with 40 cc's. I don't know if that's top secret information or not, but whew, they still smell fresh. I take off all the valve stems. Got a little system here. Get you a nice tray. You don't want to lose these. It happens. I like doing the front of the tire first, this being the front. It's got the bigger lip on it. It makes more sense to me. I know a lot of people have nicer tire removers, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I would say also don't take off more than you can chew. My buddy Jackson bought me this. I have no idea where he got it, but I would highly suggest it. Works really well. So same scenario, face of the rim down. Make sure that off the bead, the center of this tire, this rim is going to be your best friend. So front down, get my little guy in here, pull it up, roll it over, get it nice and started. It's going to come off by itself basically. Flip and roll, same thing, get it started. Flip and roll. Wow, super easy. Still a great tire, so we're going to keep that for another day. Same thing, deep side down, make sure the bead is off completely. Bring it up, roll it on. Not a paid advertisement, but if it were to be, we'd figure out something cool to do. Maxxis. This is new to me. Not new to me because I know about it. Just haven't really paid much attention to it. We're keeping sister sets the same. Few important things. I don't know the date codes. Ask your local guy who does know, but I don't know how the codes work. But I do know that on the serial number on Maxxis, you can tell I probably should look this up, but you can tell a lot of different things. You can tell the month, the year, and who made the mold. So those are pretty important. If you can't get a same date code, you want to get something close or have the same person who made it. That was information passed to me. Take it for what it is. When you order straight from Goldspeed, these are matching numbers. So this set will be a sister set and treated equally with as much love as the General Garage could possibly pass on. Whatever. What you're going to need for this: a tire ring. You're going to need a spray bottle. This is nothing but Dawn dish soap, actually generic knockoff, and mostly water, just soapy water. Wow, a lot going on, I know. Obviously 2 rims. I would suggest a minimum of a pancake compressor. You're gonna need some PSI to get these bad boys mounted. That's not all I got, because we're gonna continue to go here, guys. All right, front of the rim. This is how I do it. Back of the rim. I use the front of the rim facing down. First step is dry, facing down. Pick what side I want on the outside. I'm going to keep the serial number on the back on both of these. Grab it here, like old girl got something for you. Voila. We're moving on. We're taking you with me. Hopefully these camera angles don't suck near as bad as my commentary. Alright, tire ring. Soap. I do it two before I mount it, do anything. I soap it up. Both sides. But before I go into the ring, I hit it like this one time. I do that. I make sure that the rim is straight, the tire is straight, and that it because you know when you put this on, it's got some twisting. So my theory on that is it keeps it from being lubricate the inside of your ring. Helps the tire move. There are probably better methods to do this, safer methods, but this is also Degenerate Garage, not Princess Leia Garage. You're gonna jump. You guys keeping up? It's just tires. You do it all the time. Are you interested in tires? Are you learning anything? Let me know. So as mentioned, I do that just so that in my head it seats a little better. So when I'm in this ring, the tire and rim are uniset, not discombobulated, because nobody likes discombobulation. We're heading over to the tire machine. I do not have a tire machine. I say tire machine. We're heading over to the sander. You know, it's an art, and I don't know if I could tell you how to do it, because I don't know how to do it. What I do know, definitely like having a nice surface on that rim. Air pressure when on the tire machine. I just kind of stick around 10 psi, put a little in it just so the tire has some shape, but I feel like this is definitely an important step. Anybody know the answer? Let me know. If you're wrong and you're in the comment section, somebody's going to tell you that you're wrong. And if you're right and you're in the comment section, somebody's also going to tell you that you're wrong. So prepare to be wrong, but any advice helps. Thanks. Alright, as an instructional video that, you know, I would call this the blind leading the blind, but I want to talk about what we're doing here. The lip of the tire. Let's call the lip right there. I'm going to move up that lip just a hair, and what we're going to try to do is we're going to get rid of this shiny rubber. There's also a dip in the tire. I'm not going to feed into this and make it as tray as I can. We'll let the go-kart do most of the heavy work during main roll-ins, but we're going to make a couple laps. So a lap, I'm going to come all the way over, work myself left to right, and we're going to find ourselves back on this side of the tire. I'm going to get close to the nipples. I don't want to take the nipples off. Those nipples are my guideline, so that's where I'm going to be. And then once we're here, we're going to turn around and we're going to make a pass back this way, ultimately ending here. We'll do that once or twice and see where we're at. I am down on thicker paper, so we're going to be working with a finishing 240. I finished at 240, so that's where we're going to start and where we're going to end today. My boy has got me on these smaller pads. I like them. You can kind of control the tire, but they do eat up a lot faster than the big ones. So another important step here, keeping your tire wet. Alright, so let's get started here. She's on, she's rolling. Get some moisture in the tire, and we're gonna take a lap. Low speed, nothing crazy. I know some people put a lot of pressure into it. I'm not gonna get really deep into the pressure. We're just gonna put a nice consistent pressure. I'm looking for a consistent pressure. I'm not looking to shape this tire. I'm looking to get some good rubber out so we can get her prepped up, and that's where we've been at with the program. That's where we're gonna keep going until we learn a new way, somebody steps up, or we figure out how to better operation. But nice medium speed. We're gonna start right there at that nipple we talked about. We're just gonna work our way over. You'll feel that we're not taking a lot off. Getting gunked up pretty quick. So Probably should have started with a thicker grade, but here we are. As mentioned, we're just going to the outside tits, working our way back and forth, staying inside of the lines, kind of touching them but not diving over them. You can see how it wants to take off the high spots here, and we're going to work that until this is, like I said, not going to shape the tire, but we're going to kind of get down to where we're in fresh rubber, obviously bystander to where that's at. And you can tell here we're just a little too dry, so keep it wet. When I'm close to finish, I use a Scotch-Brite pad, and what it just kind of does, takes off some of that top rubber to kind of reveal what the tire actually looks like. I know a lot of people actually clean their tires afterwards. I would suggest that as well. We're not taking a lot of rubber off, as mentioned. We're just kind of smoothing that tire out. We're giving it a nice cut so that we can get some nice prep to sit in there, but we're not taking a lot of the rubber off. We're going to let the go-kart take the rubber off. These are the lines we marked, as mentioned. A little shy on this side, kind of right where we want to be, or I like to be, somewhere in between. So still learning. Some more tires to go. You can see we're taking rubber off. There's no doubt about that, but it's simple, it's effective. It lets the new tire accept prep. We let the go-kart run the tire in, do the rest of the work. Usually the first time out on track, these tires are not fast. That's why we're doing the added tire every couple weeks, and we run them in earlier in the day, kind of get them shaped up, and then we're pretty much set to kill the next time around. But I got a lot of work to do. I'm jibber jabbering. Again, just a quick before. You guys can see the mold markings on the tire. This is our end result, the tire we just got done. So nice etching, good original rubber. Same difference on this side here. So I don't know, might be right, might be wrong, but it's working. All right, next up on the Degenerate Garage tire propaganda. I always start with the tires I'm going to roll first. We're going to work on those. I'm going to show you guys why I flip them, which ones I flip. Might be today, might be tomorrow. We're going to get these rolling though. So just a look inside here, now that they've kind of dried up a little bit. This is kind of what I'm shooting for, what I shoot for. This side just a little more. I don't know what's right, what's wrong, but it's an art. We're learning. We've got our hands on. We're running after it. So that's where we take it to there. That's where we take it to there. We're going to get a couple wipes. Bubble carding concepts. Obviously, you guys know the game situation, whatever you want to call it. BB orange. You can use whatever kind of prep you want. This is the most consistent thing that I have found, and I started using the phrase condition, because that's what we're doing. We're conditioning the tire. We're putting some prep in it that's not aggressive. We're putting something in there that's going to sit. It's going to take to the tire. And it's going to last, and it's predictable. I'm not all over the place with like the black tire sand, which I still use. It's in the cabinet all day long. I mix black tire sand. I do different things. Oop, I don't know what that is. It's here. Hot lap, Agrosol, I use it 100%, but not during the week. This is me. Weekly prep. If you do anything, get you a gallon of that orange and get it in your tires. It's done wonders for me. So, not a paid advertisement. Let him know I sent you. If you do go his way for some prep, I'll show you how I put the inside in. Something I wish somebody had done for me a long time ago that did not. I was messed up, So when we're adding this prep, we don't want to add it like this. Probably a no-brainer, but I didn't do it for a long time. So I was putting the prep in, prep is going to the back sidewall and not to the tire. So when we're putting prep in these tires, guys, make sure your valve stem is down, make sure your tire is flat, make sure that prep's going straight down. We'll get a nice little roll on it, make sure we get a good kind of overall coating, and then we'll move it straight over to the roller. My juice inside prep varies a couple, if I got 2 sets, sometimes I'll roll 70, sometimes I'll 70 on one and 90 on the other, just to kind of see what it does. Usually I'm right around 80 on the right and 70 on the left, and 60 on the left front. So you can get these at TS Racing. They work great, except for your you lose your CCs after a few times. I know a lot of people measure them out. Suck it up, elbow down. It's science, I don't know. There. We're not going to go crazy on the air pressure, but I am going to put 30 psi or so in the rights, and then just five or so. I want the lefts to have shape, but that's it. And then on the rights, obviously, once they're rolled, my theory is I don't want to blow them up too much and then not be even. So I don't go too crazy. And we're going with a cold roll. Some people say let them roll all night. We're going to give them 3 or 4 hours, or until I want to go to bed. Alright, you guys still with me? We're going to get some wipes on these tires. Then we're going to call it a night. We're 2 weeks out. We don't want to go crazy on them, but we definitely want to get started. Gloves, important. I don't know. People don't mix these up. I don't know. We just put inside roll on it, so let's keep it sideways. Look at that. Look at that tire. Just take it. Take it. Alright, we'll catch you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna look at we're gonna flip tires. That's all I got. We'll flip tires, hit tires, roll tires, show you what we look for on edge, and maybe clean some go-karts. Who knows? Important things. Always start with tires. I say that because you can clean a go-kart the day before. Might be not the most ideal thing, but you can clean your go-kart, you can work on your clutch, you can change your oil, you can do everything last minute. One thing you can't catch up on, tires. So start on tires early. Degenerate Garage said so. Alright, I think we're figuring this mic thing out. This guy likes to jump the fence. What's up? Welcome back. Don't worry about the dirty go-karts, alright? They're dirty. It happens. It's important to keep them clean. We're going to go over that in another video. I'm going to wash them today. But left you guys hanging a little bit on tires the other day. Skipped a day. Started working on them again today. I was like, God, I need to bring you guys in real quick. So here we are, new day. Here's tires we worked the other day. Didn't do much to them. Just kind of, this was a old Johnny we remounted, but you still see a pretty good center line. Just kind of work the top, get some fresh rubber. Got some of that nice orange in there, and tire's already got a pretty good feel to it. So that's what we got there. Found another set of Vegas. So I got 3 rims ready, and I got another set of old Maxes. So these are a little harder tire. We've got some aggressive chemical in these, so they're hopefully a little softer. But we're gonna go to Burbank. Pretty confident we're gonna race Burbank out of the back of the truck. Let's just say that. So after I'm done boring you here, which won't be much more, but I do want to talk about edge. We're gonna go over the tires that I got and just kind of refresh over the quick notes that I went, so you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from as far as trying to get that stagger early. We're still 2 weeks out. I guess technically we're about 11 days out for the next race day. Next real race day where we're racing for some contention, some real stuff. The Burbank stuff's a lot of fun. We definitely grew a huge love for the sport doing so. Racing there every Friday night. Alright, hope I'm not as lame as I feel when I'm talking to you guys through this camera. Alright, real quick, I want to talk about edges, right? So, I'll talk about figuring out how to hold the camera up. Alright, quickly, edges, right? We got our old tire. We got a tire that has not seen the track in 2 months. So she got a little blue to her, but we're not worried about it right now. We just want to talk about the edge. So on a Maxxis, we've got 3 lines, 1, 2, 3. On a new Maxxis, we've got 3 lines, our edge, and then our race surface. We're gonna dig into this edge as track goes. I like to flirt with low air pressure, so I probably eat them up a little prematurely. Great example. We still got a little edge left over here, and I know it might be hard to see for you guys, but this is an old tire we're throwing on for Burbank. We're going to soften it up. We got some night bite in it. Anytime you get an aggressive prep, you want to make note of it, because that tire changes a lot faster than a tire that does not have it. And then, all right, anyways, blah blah blah. Here we go. This side edged out. Thinking about it. So we got good edge, bad edge. Meaning this edge, this good edge, which took me a long time to realize this good edge is actually the outside of the go-kart. You would think that we're digging here, as we're going to the track, or your mind would think that that's how it's working. In reality, you're digging down here. So this is where you're losing your edge, or at least that's where I'm at. And if that's what's wrong with my program, please somebody speak up and don't make me feel crazy as I am. But what we're doing, obvious, we're flipping it. So now we're putting the good edge on the inside of the go-kart and the bad edge on the outside of the go-kart. Make sense? No? Great. Here, let's draw it up for you. Alright, cool kids. Nick's terrible drawings for 300. Alright, we got a go-kart. I don't even know how a go-kart looks. Let's just, oh wow, terrible. Steering wheel, motor. Nick's terrible go-kart. Alright, so what we're talking about here, guys, is this is where we lose our edge. The inside of the go-kart, right? The go-kart's going this way, it's turning that way. So when we're rotating tires, we are taking our used edge, our bad edge, and we are putting our fresh edge on the inside. I feel like John Madden, baby. Bad, good. So we take the good side and we flip it to the bad side. Wow. I hope I'm teaching you guys something. Please, if you guys need this content, make sure you are telling me in the comments section. Make sure you are liking, subscribing, all that stupid crap people talk about. It does things. What it does, I don't know. Next up, I'm a stagger lesson, guys. Make sure you have a nice tape. As mentioned for my notes, where we were fast at. We were fast on my fast tire. We had a 30. That's top secret information. I don't know if I can give you that. Alright, so we're aiming for 1.25 inch stagger. This tire, we're racing Burbank. We're actually going to be aiming for 1.5 to 2 inches of stagger. Right now, this tire measures, not exactly, but pretty close to 32, almost 3/4. We want to get this thing down to below 32. So, how I shrink a tire, we put some heat in it. Alright guys, we're back. Look, safety first, man. If you're messing with these chemicals, guys, invest in some gloves. Go to Harbor Freight, get you a cheap set. Your local tire shop, everybody's got them. Nitrile gloves, man. You don't want this on your hands. I don't care what kind of chemical you're using, if it's lacquer thinner. Alright, so we're going to try to shrink this tire just a little bit. I'm going to show you guys how I do that. In the meantime, don't take everything I'm doing. This is a tire we're trying to get soft. So to speed up that process, I'm going to throw some heat and chemical in the tire and make sure we can get it back to where we want it. Burbank, it's a sandy track. It's not going to be a gripped up track. We're not going to be carrying a lot of speed. It's never really hardens down. You get a little bit of a layer down there, but nothing like you guys are used to, or a lot of the new guys are used to. So we want a soft tire. We want a goat tire. What I'm doing here, guys, we're just putting a little heat in the tire. Say a little bit, but we're going to evenly get the tire warm. We're going to pull the air out of it. We're going to put the valve stem back in it, and we're going to let it cool naturally. You can speed this process up by dunking it in cold water, I'm told. Kind of like your mail package. You know, you dump in a bottle of water, cold water, whatever, body of water. Your package shrivels up. Same theory. You got molecules all moving crazy, and then when they're cold, they shrink together. That's what we're doing. We're getting them crazy loose. Shrink the tire, let it cool down. I promise you, it will eventually get smaller in size. Put my hands on the tire. Got a nice consistent heat. It's pretty warm to the touch. The tire's not on fire. We're not holding it in one spot to where it's killing our tire. We just got a nice warm tire. Deflate the tire as much as we can. I seen a guy the other day had a vacuum pump that did this. Stick the valve stem in, tighten old girl up, just like that. Let her hang out. There you go. We're gonna put it down in front of the fan. We're gonna let it cool. This will shrink your tire. A little bit of heat. The first time I was doing this, I think I was way overcooking them. So heat, consistent heat. You'll feel the softness of the rubber. Valve stem, let it cool down naturally. And I actually keep them like this until race day. If I'm prepping them, I let the air back into it, but I don't put air into it, if that makes sense. Alright, now same thing goes. So we got our freshly mounted tires, we got our bad edge on the outside of the tire, we got our good edge, what edge we have left on the inside of the tire. So when this thing rides, it's going to ride like this. That's where our grip's going to come from. That's our tire edge right there. So we're going to do the opposite of that. We're going to get our valve stem in here. So I'm going to put, that's my driver's best guess of 5 to 10 psi, we'll call it. Get a check on her here. And we're at 33 5/8. You guys can see. So that tells us we need to get up there. I'm flirting. I'm still learning, so I'm in the 60 range, 50, 60, at least 30 range. If they're really close, I'm at 25 to 30. If they're far off, we go up with numbers. You get the picture. Same thing. Even heat. We're not trying to overcook the tire. We're just trying to get some warmth in it. You can feel it to touch. Alright guys, I hope you learned something. Feel like I got to be a little brave posting videos like this. I'm going to get a lot of backlash on how I'm doing things right, how I'm not doing this, or that's great, you're doing that, blah blah blah. Everyone's going to be opinionated in this sport, guys. Take everything with a grain of salt. Everyone's going to do something a little different, and whatever somebody else is doing is probably going to be better, right? At least in their head. So not trying to be cocky, just we've been on a little bit of a roll. This is pretty close to what we've been doing. A lot of work on the tires, a lot of back end work. I've posted about it, I've said it a couple times. Obviously we've got got some people in our back court that definitely helps with some advice. Jimmy Killer Cuts, guys like that you can get a hold of. Bubba Karting Concepts, anybody that's a distributor for them and you want to get on that line of prep, that's the one thing that I will say tenfold is they're going to tell you how to use it, and that's kind of where we've got a lot of our information from. So I hope I'm passing it on to the guys that are trying to start out. I know probably a lot of people that are into karts and higher end are not this far into the video, so I hope I'm helping the newbies out, just showing what I do for fresh rubber. We're not taking a lot of rubber off and just trying to keep a fresh edge and keeping a good rotation of tires, keeping some good notes on tires, keeping a good understanding where we're at on tires. That way when things work, we know, this is where we were at. We were fast. We did this right. Cool, great, noted, check mark. So on and so forth. And the theory is eventually you'll have enough notes you can go anywhere, run anywhere, and run with anybody. So that's all I got to say. I don't think this is an outro. If it is, peace. If not, like, comment, subscribe. We're headed to Burbank hopefully on Friday. So I've got some work to do. We've got our Burbank tire. I put that on the priority list. We got 2 days, so probably gonna get a little aggressive on that. We're gonna want to be probably want to be in the 30s, which is a long way away to go from a 50 Duro tire, but see where we can get. We'll find speed elsewhere. I got a couple other sets. These white Maxes we run in crate. I know I need to flip those edges. I think I got 1 or 2 of my other good sets that we need to flip an edge. I wish I had more tires. I wish I had more rims. I wish I had more time to make content. I don't. We'll see you later. Friday, hopefully race day. We're going to go clean carts, work on stuff. I'm talking later. Peace. Bye.